Na, szervusz. Remélhetőleg most OBS bazd meg. Most jó. Na. Akkor kezdjünk neki. Lássuk azt a látnivalót. No. De dehogy is, te idióta játék ez.
You ever done something like this before?
Close quarters combat? Infiltrating an enemy stronghold?
Something like that.
I once spent 6 days crawling through sewers during the siege of Tofar Ket to retake the citadel there. That's just one of many campaigns I've served in. My dress uniform is well decorated. I can assure you of that.
I'm sure you've given yourselves plenty of medals.
We're up against the Takan now. This is different than anything you faced before.
Not when you're used to putting down an overmatched Hotari rebellion.
You wouldn't think it was so easy if you'd been there. Enemies change, but the fundamentals of war do not. Now, Lieutenant Itaska, she fought shoulder to shoulder with me in that siege.
So you're pretty close, huh?
She's like a daughter to me. She's saved my life more than once. She's more than just a comrade in arms.
That must mean she's a good soldier.
The very best.
We saved your life. What does that make us?
We aren't out of danger yet. But once we have my comrades,
Ha,
proper soldiers,
tetszett neki.
we'll be able to retake the bridge. Then, our fleets will catch up to us. The ATP is just down that corridor.
Is this the artillery platform?
This is the power distribution for the forward armament cluster.
Jaha.
There was combat here. Disruptor burns on the walls. Signs of a grenade detonation.
If there was a fight, the Takan might still be nearby.
Maybe my people killed them.
Or they could be waiting for us.
And that's a problem for when we meet them.
The distribution conduits have been knocked loose. The currents in those lines would be lethal. Is there any way to power those down?
Each circuit has a control panel that regulates power to the magnetobanks.
I can track connections between the power lines and the control panels. I should be able to clear a safe path to your crew.
We'll get the door open here.
Akkor megoldjuk.
It's heavy.
Oké. Ott van. Awesome. Oh, power flow. Bă. Lehet megjöttem. Hát. Aha. Most jön ez. És akkor most át tudok menni. Jaj, de hogy megyek le? Aha, de hogy megyek le? Még. Le kell mennem én. Shit. Járos, merre kell mennem? Oh. Hoppá. Ouch. Fuck. Ajaj. Majdnem besz.
You! Federation, you made it.
Barely. There's a lot of collateral damage out here.
They backed us into a corner.
We did that to drive them out. Put some space between us and the enemy. They're here. Get down!
I think they've given up on capture.
We'll never make it if we go back that way. You, give me a hand with this! Go! Go! Behind us!
Uh-huh. Nice. Okay. Ow. Ski. Oh.
Behind us!
Oh, faszom belé.
No, Federation! You take the lead. We'll keep them busy.
Ja, meghitlem. Azért.
Fall back! Hold them back! We can't let them reach the stairs!
Jó is lett. Cü. Oh. Oh shit. Anyád! Fú, de utána lövöldözős részt tenni.
Fall back! Hold them back! We can't let them reach the stairs!
Szaros pisztolyn azért lehetem valami több is. Hát fucking. Utálom ezt. Ó, bazd meg!
can't just run in there.
Must live to fight.
Hát nem sokan maradtunk.
We let the enemy take them. Hadri and Private Turo.
They weren't the only ones. But if we hadn't, it would have been all of us. I'll have to live with that. And I'll
Nem
answer for it
mondjad
when I
már
die.
ezt, mert baszki
It's
komolyan.
not the Illidian way to leave one of our own behind.
Nehogy
It's a
még egyszer,
sin.
nehogy még egyszer megtörténjen.
We're not gonna
Remélem
die.
nem volt. De ne is
Not if I have
mondjad.
anything to say about it.
Jó, hogy felhoztad.
It's more important that we win.
Ne,
When we were in there,
zé...
trapped,
Ja,
we agreed
szívesen
that we
hogy...
had to live to fight.
Hát az energiasimánál ott
Hadri
átállítottam a Razeres
He
szarsága
said,
volt.
if one
Remélhetőleg
of us was
segített
taken,
neki.
the others wouldn't stop.
Úgy szívesen.
We'd keep going, make our way to the bridge. They died so we
Legalábbis
could fight
remélem
on.
segített neki.
The Takan don't want them dead.
They want to steal their bodies.
Érdekes módon a
And steal their
AC-nál
minds.
meg nem csinálta.
The Takan knows everything the host knows.
That means they know our plan. They know we're heading to
Nem,
the
nem,
bridge.
dehogy is csak... Félek, hogy még egyszer hogy történjen. Csak ennyi. Nem vagyok én rád
Tylus, you should
pillanatra
be in
sem.
sickbay.
I'll finish this.
Csak eltállítottam ezt az energiasima dolgot. Lehet, hogy az okozta.
knowing the entire fate of Hotari hangs in the balance.
Legalábbis nagyon remélem.
How did it go? You look exhausted.
I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty rough.
Oh no. That's what I was afraid of. I heard a rumor that they'd made a deal, that the Illidians agreed to peace. After what we saw Sidron do to the diplomat in the mines, I could hardly believe there was hope, but then... Is that true?
I'm afraid the truth is far worse than that.
There's no deal.
No. They're all Takan now. The Hotari, the Illidians. Everyone.
No. That can't be true.
I'm sorry.
Where will I go? I can't go back. I don't have a home anymore. Everything I've ever known is gone.
You're always safe aboard this ship. And you're welcome to stay as long as you need.
Thank you.
The Federation stands with the Hotari. You don't have to doubt it for a second.
Yellow alert.
A sárga riadó.
Commander Rydek,
Nem,
we
hogy
need you on the bridge immediately.
tényleg ne érts, csak félek volna, hogy már megint meglegyen. Érted, csak ennyi.
Commander, good to have you back. You didn't opt for the ocular implants.
Maybe someday. The visor was the best the doc could do on short notice.
We've got an Illidian ship, the Veskar, rapidly bearing down on our position.
Or what was the Veskar. Now I'm not so sure.
Bring it up on the view screen.
600 kilometers in closing. Still coming straight for us. Commander?
Szerintem tűnjük innen.
Have you tried hailing them?
Try it.
Hailing the Illidian ship now. No response.
Pajzsot.
400 kilometers in
De
closing.
várjál, sárga riadó, az nem azt
Shields
jelenti
up.
pajzs.
Ready phasers.
Shields
Nem,
up.
nem mindig.
Phasers ready. Incoming.
Lock phasers and open fire.
Heavy damage. But deflectors still at full power?
That bypassed our shields entirely.
That's impossible. God damn it, return fire. Everything we've got. Rydek, modulate the shield frequency.
Ezt akartam mondani,
Get us any
pajzs
cover.
modellációt kérem. És eleg mozogjunk is.
Commander,
I've got this. Just keep firing.
Faszom, inver sírponor.
Shields still have no effect.
that doesn't make sense.
I'll try another.
There!
We've got incoming! How do they keep matching our shield frequency?
They couldn't. Unless... They've compromised our shield algorithms. They can bypass our shields at will.
What?
Captain!
Kitűrő manőverek akkor.
He's out cold!
Why'd they stop?
Damage report.
Running on emergency power. Major hull damage on decks 4 through 7.
Ezek álltak, mint a fasz a lakodalomba.
We're completely vulnerable.
Commander, we're being held by the Veskar. It's Galvin.
Ezek álltak, mint a fasz a lakodalomba. Bazzak, egy pár kitérő manőver. Ezért... Faszom, mint amilyen minta az.
Commander Rydek, where's your captain?
Alszik.
At least, not yet.
Sorry to disappoint you, but he's alive and well.
Good. I wouldn't want him to miss out on any of this. I have to give you credit, Commander. You survived longer than I thought you would. But make no mistake, your shields are useless, your weapons ineffective, and there's nothing you can do. I could destroy you at any moment, but I'd rather hear your pleas for mercy first. Your existence is entirely in my hands, and I'm not in a forgiving mood.
It's entirely possible you could destroy us. But the truth is, we're worth more to you alive than dead. Better if we report back to Starfleet about the power of Taconian technology and the futility of fighting it.
There might be value in that. I've been thinking about what you said, Commander. I don't think you'll find my threat so empty now.
The Veskar's weapons are powering up.
Uh-oh.
I don't have to needlessly slaughter you. So I've decided to let you live. Because there's merit to the idea you're worth more to me alive. Tell your Federation that Takan are as merciful as they are powerful. That you were fortunate to escape with your lives.
This isn't over.
I assure you, we've only just begun.
Mi is?
I've lost their signal. Can you track their warp signature?
Nothing. It's untraceable, just like before.
Notify Ambassador Spock. I want everyone in the briefing room to discuss our options.
What's the status of the repairs?
Hull breach should be patched up in a matter of hours. Impulse power is at 67%. Should be fully restored soon.
Still no luck tracking Galvin's warp signature. They've all but disappeared.
Keep trying. Finding that son of a bitch is the best shot we've got.
Commander Rydek, you had the Khan after the ship was attacked. What is your assessment? Given our current situation and the losses we have suffered.
I'd rather not fight this alone. We need to call for reinforcements.
In that case, we might have an option. Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire. If anyone could find Galvin, it would be him.
That's assuming he's willing to help us.
True, but there's only one way to find out.
Wouldn't we need to secure authorization from the Federation Council to contact him?
The nearest Federation outpost is Andoria. I can travel there by shuttle and inform them personally of the threat from the Takan. Meanwhile, the Resolute can travel to the Delphi Ardu system in search of Portal 6-3.
I still have my doubts.
I do not. Captain William T. Riker has first-hand experience with the area and with Portal 6-3. His guidance will prove invaluable and should alleviate your concerns.
Delphi Ardu-4 is a restricted zone for good reason. For all we know, we could be walking into a trap. Not to mention the high likelihood Portal 6-3's allegiance will be with the Takan. It's just too much of a risk. A waste of time. Time we can't afford to lose.
What do we do instead? Let them get away? We have no other leads.
Well,
Every second we don't act, Galvin and our chances of stopping the Takan get farther and farther away.
I am inclined to agree with Commander Rydek. Her logic is sound. This portal may have knowledge that proves to be
Mindenki kedvel minket, de a
invaluable,
kapitány akkor
including information on the nature of the
annyira
cartel
akar valamit, hogy
must
leszarja.
act on the facts at hand.
Then we'll give it our best.
I'll arrange a meeting with Captain Riker.
And I will speak with the Council. They need to understand the magnitude of the situation. I can leave for Andoria immediately. I wish you luck finding Portal 6-3. The very future of the Federation may rest in your hands.
It takes a minimum of 8 crew on the bridge to run the ship, so we can expect at least that many hostiles.
If they bioformed Hadri, they know we're coming.
Which means everyone needs to be ready for... Take cover!
Hoppa.
Now what? We need that door sealed.
We can handle that. Where do you need us?
There's an access panel there. We should be able to patch into the local system.
We'll be shot getting there.
I'll cover you. On my signal. Now!
Okay, one L. Fuck it. Pizza. Allora, gyerünk.
Looking for the bridge doors. Wait, what's this?
Got something?
Gravity. If I invert the artificial gravity inside the bridge, that'll throw anyone on the bridge right up into the ceiling.
He'll never see it coming.
Itasca, get ready to charge.
Charge?
Some gravity polarity.
Most.
Now!
Amazing.
Close it!
Hello,
How do we get them down? What are we gonna do with them?
We don't have time to take prisoners.
So you're just gonna shoot them?
Yeah.
I haven't decided yet.
That's not just up to you.
I'm the ranking officer.
And we're not in your army.
They're a threat as long as they're alive.
Carter!
Finally, some sense from Starfleet.
I won't allow it.
You're an engineer, not a soldier. This is clearly my territory.
You think you have enemy combatants here? This is a hostage situation. And Starfleet doesn't kill hostages.
Nem mondtam, hogy megölni, csak
Each one of them has an
kábításon.
innocent life inside.
Amúgy.
I'll keep watch on them.
As will I. We can't let our guard down around the enemy.
Petty Officer Diaz and I will figure out how to stop the ship.
Let's hurry. The rest of the Takan could show up any minute. Crystals. They're all over this place.
Hát inkább nem érek hozzá.
Look here. It's navigational data.
We saw that already. Headed to the edge of the galaxy.
It's only a display. We couldn't use it to change course or alter speed.
This console looks unaffected.
Hát majd megnézem azt a dolgot. Okay.
Gotta figure this out before we get wherever we're going. Resolute can't catch up to us. We're in a whole different kind of trouble. There are two interfaces on top of each other.
This is not Lydian programming.
Bukan.
Any trouble?
Not yet. Thanks to your itchy trigger finger.
Come on.
The Major's looking for any excuse to vaporize these hostages. You waving a phaser around didn't help. Just figure out this bridge. The sooner this is over, better.
Ja, nem örült a döntésnek. Engedj már.
Everything under control?
Yes, these Takan haven't made a move. Yet. I appreciated you pulling your weapon earlier. You need to show we're more than just talk.
Sure.
Careful where you point that thing.
It's not active. I can't see any way this would work as a weapon. It's dead.
Out of ammo?
Not sure.
Remélem nem bánom meg a döntést.
Where's the captain?
Captain Ostego did not survive the atmosphere poisoning.
I'm sorry to hear that.
He died defending the Empire. That's how he'd want it.
Hát... Annyit tettem például, hogy átállítottam a energia Windows beállításokat a valami rézeres szarságon volt beállítva. Hát az segített. Aha, ott valami.
These crystals are Takan technology. They seem to be active, just like the rest of their tech. Tetrametric pulses.
Tetrametric?
It's the energy signature of Takan technology. Everything they make gives off this type of radiation.
They're blocking the inputs. It's not responding at all. Everything I try, it just ignores me.
If we're careful, maybe we can blast the crystals off with our phasers.
All right, just use caution.
Not a scratch.
There are other consoles to try.
Lőjük a konzolokat. Hát akkor... Nézzük meg azt. Azt.
It's the Takan language.
From what I can tell, the ship's systems are actively responding to input.
Which is the opposite of how most bridges work. They usually send commands, not receive them.
It's from an intrusive program. This control station won't do us any good either.
Hát az nem jó.
What have they done to this bridge?
Consoles running themselves, some clogged up with crystals that are sending off tetrametric pulses.
But none of this is sending signals outward. It's receiving.
They're flying the ship from somewhere else.
That should be impossible. But it explains why there's less than a full bridge crew. If they aren't flying the ship from the bridge, where are they controlling it from?
Hát ez az. Kérdezzük meg? Nem? Akkor nem.
We're gonna be there in less than an hour.
We can't let that happen.
Hold on, it would take days to go this distance with our fastest ship. We're traveling at a warp factor many times greater than this ship should even be capable of. What are the engines doing to produce this kind of speed?
Kicsit feltűningoltak.
Engines are redline, running at full power. But this main drive manifold is spiking way over nominal levels.
Very dangerous.
Even at 100% output, the warp cores wouldn't push this much plasma to the drive section.
The reactor output matches the high speed, doesn't it?
Hát úcizták gyakorlatilag.
The power from the Cartabula. The Takana found a way to increase the engine output and top speed. We have to find a way to hit the brakes before we outrun anyone who could help us.
We stop it, so they can't get this ship where they're going, and enact the next phase of their plan. That is, if they don't destroy us all first. I would have thought this ship would disintegrate going this speed. But somehow, that hasn't happened yet.
We do our part, and just worry about that. I don't know what more they have to their plan.
People like this are never satisfied. There's always more that they want. And they are obviously going somewhere.
I hate to think what the Cartabula could do if it was plugged into something it was meant to power.
What? Nyugi, csak a játék crashelt. Faszom. Unreal Engine 4 crashelt egyet. Jó, még egyszer. Na. Ó, bazzeg, az egészet újra kell. Ó. Miért nincs a játéknak hangja?
What are we gonna do with them?
Jó van.
We don't have time to take prisoners.
So you're just gonna shoot them?
I haven't decided yet.
That's not just up to you.
I'm the ranking officer.
And we're not in your army.
It may not be convenient, but we don't kill enemies who've surrendered.
Keeping prisoners is a luxury we don't have.
It's not a damn luxury.
You're an engineer, not a soldier. This is clearly my territory.
You think you have enemy combatants here? This is a hostage situation. Each one of them has an innocent life inside. I'll keep watch on them.
As will I. We can't let our guard down around the enemy.
Petty Officer Diaz and I will figure out how to stop the ship.
Let's hurry. The rest of the Takan could show up any minute.
Ja, kipróbálok valamit.
Crystals.
Lássuk csak. Nem hiszem, hogy működik. Majd beállítom.
They're all over this place. This place.
Oké, de legalább látom, mi van.
Look here. It's navigational data.
We saw that already. Headed to the edge of the galaxy.
It's only a display. We couldn't use it to change course or alter speed.
Hát legalább működik.
We're gonna be there in less than an hour.
We can't let that happen.
Hold on, it would take days to go this distance with our fastest ship. We're traveling at a warp factor many times greater than this ship should even be capable of. What are the engines doing to produce this kind of speed?
engines are redlined, running at full power.
Hát legalább működik.
This main drive manifold is spiking way over nominal levels.
Very dangerous.
Even at 100% output, the warp cores wouldn't push this much plasma to the drive section.
The reactor output matches the high speed, doesn't it?
Whether it's these crystals
Hát...
or the power from the Cartabula,
Ócézták
Connor
biztos.
found a way to increase the engine output and top speed. We have to find a way to hit the brakes before we outrun anyone who could help us.
We stop it, so they can't get this ship where they're going, and enact the next phase of their plan. That is, if they don't destroy us all first. I would have thought this ship would disintegrate going this speed.
So what is their endgame? They've transformed individuals, they've transformed this ship, in a way. How far will they go?
As far as we let them. The technology certainly doesn't seem to have limits.
I hate to think what the Cartabula could do if it was plugged into something it was meant to power.
Jó.
These crystals are Takan technology. They seem to be active, just like the rest of their tech. Tetrametric pulses.
Tetrametric?
It's the energy signature of Takan technology. Everything they make gives off this type of radiation.
They're blocking the inputs. It's not responding at all. Everything I try, it just ignores me.
I thought you had the access codes needed to take control back.
I should, but I can't actually get to the surface, so I can't enter them here. Maybe there's somewhere else I can try.
Nézzük a többit.
It's the Takan language.
From what I can tell, the ship's systems are actively responding to input.
Which is the opposite of how most bridges work. They usually send commands, not receive them.
It's from an intrusive program. This control station won't do us any good either.
Sokra nem megyünk vele.
What have they done to this bridge?
Consoles running themselves, some clogged up with crystals that are sending off tetrametric pulses.
But none of this is sending signals outward. It's receiving.
They're flying the ship from somewhere else.
Ja,
That should be
távirányítás.
impossible. But it explains why there's less than a full bridge crew. If they aren't flying the ship from the bridge, where are they controlling it from?
Hát ez nem sokat segített.
This out before we get wherever we're going. If the Resolute
Ja,
can't
meg
catch
kell
up to
oldalunk.
us, we're in a whole different kind of trouble.
Elég gyorsan megyünk. Várjál.
There are two interfaces on top of each other.
This is not a Lydian programming.
Nem mondod.
This console looks unaffected.
De csak ennyi.
Where's the captain?
Captain Ostego did not survive the atmosphere poisoning.
I'm sorry to hear that.
He died defending the Empire. That's how he'd want it.
Ötletem nincs, hogy sem. Hát akkor beszélünk ezek. Várjál, nézzük ezt meg.
Huh.
Careful where you point that thing.
It's not active. I can't see any way this would work as a weapon. It's dead.
Out of ammo?
I'm not sure. That's everything. We got some answers.
I don't like what they tell us, though.
If we can learn nothing else, then what's left is to make these Takan talk. And if they don't, we'll dispose of them.
Hey, that's not how we do this.
That is enough from you.
Hoppa.
I thought that thing was useless.
Úgy látszik nem.
No power. Until he touched it. Weapons must be biocoded.
Our technology will only work for one of our kind.
I can assure you, this weapon works just fine for me.
Slow down, Arminta.
You can't control the ship with a disruptor.
But I can use it to control you.
Ah!
Let's talk.
Beszélgessünk. Number 1.
The Titan's communications officer says Captain Riker will be ready in just a moment. You need to see this. The report on the data breach.
Damn. It's worse than I'd hoped. They didn't just compromise our shields. They stole the shield algorithms for all of Starfleet as well. Meaning every ship is potentially vulnerable to attack. Making this so much worse than it already was.
At the risk of stating the obvious, wouldn't changing the algorithms solve the problem?
Yeah, I wish it was that simple. Unfortunately, it's an encrypted code that would take weeks to change, if not longer.
Aye, aye.
I have Captain Riker for you.
Let's not mention any of this shield business to Riker just yet.
Nem értek egyet.
Put him through. Captain Riker.
Holografikus bullshit visszatért.
My pleasure.
Sir.
Megint.
I wish we were all meeting under better circumstances.
So do I, although you and I have actually met before.
We have.
I was a young lieutenant on the Potemkin. You were first officer on the Tuckerman. I piloted you and our science officer in a shuttle to survey quantum resonance in the planetary rings of Residius 6.
Ah, yes. Now I remember.
You know, he gave me some good advice that day about a very difficult job. Yours.
Well, I'm not one to turn down some words of wisdom.
Then let me ask, as first officer on a starship, where does your responsibility lie, first and foremost? To the captain, the crew, or the ship itself?
Oh, this old chestnut. I am curious to hear what she says, though.
Ultimately, my responsibility is to the crew at large.
The needs of the many. You have been hanging around Ambassador Spock.
A legénység nélkül nincsen semmi, ezért kapitány, oké, de a legénység?
Every situation is different, and there are no easy answers. And in some cases, it might not be any of those three. It could be the prime directive. Or the mission.
Yes, so perhaps we should get to the matter at hand. When you were with the Enterprise, you encountered a Takan entity known as Portal 6-3. The Enterprise was held captive in orbit until you were able to convince him to let the ship go.
All of which is detailed in the mission report.
What we want from you is what we can't get from the report. What can we use to get Portal 6-3 to help us?
I've often thought about that over the years. How a small difference in the encounter could have led to disaster.
Elég közel volt.
The most important thing is, don't let him push you around. appear as a man or as a godlike projection. He'll test you, but don't be overwhelmed by the pageantry and theatrics.
I'll stand up to him. You can trust in that.
Good, but that's just the first step. Portal is full of bluster and bravado, but he can be reasoned with. And that's my other piece of advice. You want to appeal to him rationally. You don't want him thinking you're acting out of fear.
But we are afraid of the Takan, and with good reason.
He's not the sort to suffer fools. And he'll lose interest if he feels his time is being wasted.
I suppose that's one thing we have in common.
Do you think he will go against his own people?
He was proud of his empire. He called us barbarians. Maybe you can find a way to make him see these people claiming to be Takan aren't real Takan. They're corrupting his legacy.
What if he won't cooperate and we have to face these Takan ourselves?
Then we have a much bigger problem on our hands.
What I mean is, in the 16 years since you discovered this outpost, there has to have been research. Battle plans for what to do about the Takan if we encountered more of them. I need to know what they are.
If I had that answer, it would have been the first thing I told you.
We both know Command has had their share of hidden plans in the past. Like Admiral Hansen and Captain Shelby's Special Projects Division at Starfleet Tactical, devising new ways to take on the Boer.
Trust me, this isn't some Starfleet conspiracy to keep you in the dark. But if you two don't think you're equipped to make contact, you need to tell me now. Because there is no silver bullet here. Now's not the time to hesitate. I need to know you're up to this.
Were you equipped to meet Portal 6-3 all those years ago?
I'm here, aren't I?
Yes, you are. And we have the benefit of your experience on our side.
Fair enough.
Remélem nem utalt ezért minket.
There was a special task force that considered the Takan, and I was part of it. But because there were no other signs of the Empire, we determined the best course of action was to create a restricted zone around the Delphi-Ardu system. I have my concerns, but I'll clear the way with the brass for your travel into the restricted space. Just remember what I've told you. And it wouldn't hurt to read some Sun Tzu en route. Or Marcus Aurelius.
Anything else?
Thank you for your support, Captain Riker.
I wish I could be there myself. But my first officer would probably see to it that I stay on the bridge while they get all the excitement on the away mission. The burdens of command. Rest assured, the Federation is taking this threat very seriously. You won't be alone out there for too long.
Thank you, Captain Riker.
One more thing. Ambassador Spock said that Takan stole some data from your central computer. What's that all?
Sorry, be fogom köpni. Kíváncsi vagyok, hogy mi lesz, ha elmondom.
Nothing to report as of right now.
That's it? Ambassador Spock suggested it was something more serious. Which is why I'm asking.
One thing we know is that they stole Starfleet shield algorithms.
The shield algorithms? That could jeopardize every ship in the fleet.
We're still making sure our assessment is accurate.
Nem érdekel, utálja.
Want to
Muszáj
raise
számolnunk.
alarms unnecessarily.
This is as real as it gets, Solano. I have to talk to Starfleet Command now, so I think this conversation has come to an end.
Tudom, hogy kapjuk a
I
Sistormat
really do
mindjárt, de...
hope you get Portal 6-3 and find those Takan before this gets out of control. Riker out.
I specifically said I wanted to keep this under wraps. I thought we had an understanding. Now all of Starfleet will hear about this.
Riker's ship is at risk. They all are. I can't believe you would want to keep that from him.
That's one more thing I'll have to answer for. Now I have to think about the damage control of it all.
De egyszerűen nem érdekel, hogy mi a vélemény erről.
You're dismissed.
It's the automated Federation warning buoy. Transmitting the disable code Captain Riker provided.
That was unpleasant. Commander Irmont, what are the conditions of our systems?
All internal systems operational.
Commander Westbrook, what are your scans of the planet?
Nothing out of the ordinary.
No sign of this outrageously powerful Takan being?
I'm running a magneton scan now, but so far, nothing.
Where are you? Prep your way, team. We don't know if Portal 6-3 will cooperate. If he's not an asset, he's an enemy. So be ready for anything.
Na, lesugároztunk.
Prove you're worth keeping alive for a little while longer.
I cannot stop this ship any more than you could stop the tides.
Not good enough.
The impotent threats of a lower life form do not sway me. I will not bend to you. I was born 600,000 years ago.
Are you the scion of the flame?
My name is Zan Utlosa. I was born in the final days of the Age of Makto. And we are all scions of the flame. Every one of us who have traveled across the bridge of time to be here for the Great Awakening. We have all sworn ourselves to the cause.
Eventually, one of you will break.
You don't understand how overmatched you truly are. This craft was nothing before we imbued it with the speed required by our mission. And the Cartabula produces enough energy to drive an entire fleet of ships like this one.
Ah.
When we wake the Aphelion, we won't need a fleet.
Aphelion.
The Aphelion.
Only then will you understand the might of the Takan Empire.
And when you wake the Aphelion, what are you going to do with it?
Anything we want.
Come on! This goes from bad to worse unless you do what they say.
It's coming alive.
He can't stop the ship.
Then he will. Or we cut off his hands and use them ourselves.
Oskomoly.
Change our heading, the others will know. First, they'll just resume course from elsewhere. Trivial matter. And then they will come here. For you, this is a dead end.
I don't know if he's telling the truth, but I don't like it. We need a new plan.
He's just trying to talk his way out of trouble. Why would you tell us all this?
I tell you because I value my own life. When
Takuya.
my fellow scions come, and they will come, I expect you'll all act like the savages you are, and a battle once.
De borús idő van.
You've all died once. I don't intend to do so again. I won't touch those controls. If you want to get us killed, do it yourselves.
You fear death. There's a way to stop this ship for good, and he knows how. He just needs more pressure.
What kind of pressure?
We
Under
heard
pressure.
him. He'll talk. Trust me.
That's against Starfleet protocol.
You're not on a Starfleet ship. Your protocol does not apply. We take the
Yes.
action that will lead to our victory. Don't assume your moral code takes precedence above all others.
I'm not gonna torture them. Not like this. There's gotta be something we can work with here.
Próbálj kideríteni, mit nem szeretnek, és játsszuk azt. Például...
This area here?
Power generation. The warp cores.
It's deserted.
Hát akkor kidobjuk a reaktornokat.
Engine status. Right. The warp cores are still practically redlined. Going this fast, it would be too dangerous to force a warp collapse by cracking one of the propulsion coils. I could rupture the hull, end up damaging the Cartabula in the process.
That risks tearing a hole in space.
We can't have that.
However they've supercharged the Zeldi, it still relies on existing systems.
They just amplify the output?
But the Takan have already interfaced with those systems. The controls will be no use. So we'd have to find a way to manually shut down the warp cores.
Kidobjuk.
Might not be a manual shutdown as much as it'll be sabotage.
No one appears to be guarding it. I think I can
Kidobjuk
get
a
us
reaktor
there.
magot, akkor
Once
eltart
we're
egy
in,
ideig.
do you really think you could cripple my ship? Not something I'd normally ask, but I'm coming around to it.
Well, usually I'm the guy fixing the things that go wrong on a starship. I'm sure I can figure out a way to break it.
You may even find you like destroying things.
This plan of yours has one problem. It strands us. Left out of the fight when there's a war going on.
Our fight is here, now. This is how we do the most good. For the Empire.
For the Empire.
Ja. Vagyis a...
So, Carter,
Long live the Empire. Ilyen a soká birodalom.
I thought you'd escaped when we boarded. I'd almost hoped you'd made it off. And Nilly's there with you too, right? It's good you two are together.
Sounds like you miss me.
Miranda might have. She was so hopeful about you. But that's not why I called. You're not a fighter. I know it. You know it.
De ember vagyok, szóval tudok harcolni.
But the Takan Empire has so much.
Igen, a WC-n vagyok, pucéran várjak, hogy...
All the knowledge lost for 500,000 years that you'd have access to. I know you want more from life, and I want to show you what you could be a part of. Not just the wonders you've already seen from us. In our time, we had the power to move stars. Carter, you have a thirst for discovery.
In case you forgot, we were a part of something. I still am. The Federation may not be perfect, but it stands for ideals that your people clearly do not believe in.
We have our own ideals. And we have our own strength. Every one of us on this crusade has fought wars more brutal and consuming than you could fathom. But I want to reach a peaceful resolution to this.
Hát ez a Dominium háború se volt így egyszerű,
We have a plan for you. And for the others too. We don't want to have to destroy you.
I'll negotiate with Miranda. Our Miranda. When you release her.
She's still here. In a way. We can continue this conversation in person. I'll see you on the bridge very soon.
Lépünk innen.
Our comm badges. She's tracking our location with them.
If we have to use force to free our fellow scions, there will be casualties.
We can't stay here. And we need to disable the transmitters.
Where'd you go? You don't want to talk to me?
She's trying to keep you talking.
I mean, I get it. But I'm trying to help you.
Ha, így néz ki belőle.
Got it.
Mine's done too.
Time to hit the road.
You've forgotten something. They know where we're going.
Nem én voltam.
Set to stun.
Ja,
You're
jó.
not going to shoot a guy who's unconscious,
Én is
are
úgy
you?
akartam.
You keep getting in my way.
We've managed this far without doing it your way.
We are hardly in control of this situation. And now we have loose ends.
Solve the problem of what to do with him. Now let's move it.
Lehet, hogy nem kedvel, de legalább kevesebb emberrel kell megküzdenünk egy ideig. Na. Ami jobb, mint a semmi. Á, igen. Budgetti enge epizód. Nagy stúdiópár
Our coordinates
Kovicsa.
match the exact location where Riker met Portal 6-3.
Unlike Riker's team, we beamed down without a problem.
It's quiet.
Portal has to
Ja, igen,
know.
messze-vissza voltak ez a...
If he won't come to us, we'll go to him. Spread out.
Hát igen, azért fejlődött a transporter, meg volt nekik teljes energiájuk.
Already gave it a scan. Dead. Whole planet feels like it's been turned to stone.
Doctor?
Commander, keeping an eye on those iridium levels? Good. Last thing we need are your cells destabilizing on a hostile alien
Hát,
planet.
nem tudom melyik volt hamarban az X-Men vagy a Star Trek új generáció, de ha nagyon hasonlít rá amúgy a... Ja, az Epic Games-es faszom, Shift-tabot akartam nyomni a Steam miatt, ez epikes. Figyelj, van hasonlósága.
This is where Portal 6-3 projected his image.
He was guarding this bridge. That has to mean something.
We'll move forward when you're ready, Commander.
Tudom, a vizor. Hát, hasonlóság van mondjuk. Hasonlít. Ezének a vizorjára mondjad már. Nem teszem a neve.
Ends here. Is it me, or did that path just
Rá
disappear?
akartam valamire keresni.
There was a path there a moment ago.
There must be an explanation.
Tetrametric pulses.
Same energy as the other Takan technology.
Most of the crystals appear dormant. What's different about this one?
Readings indicate there's a cavity in the rock right behind it.
We could try melting a hole through the wall with our phasers.
Worth a try.
Ja, az... nem olyan lényeg.
Nothing.
There's gotta be a weakness. Somewhere it isn't totally solid.
Kristály kell célozni.
An illusion.
I'm sure that wall was as real as the rest of them. I felt it.
It's almost like our holodeck technology, but far more advanced.
The crystals must be absorbing the energy from our phasers.
I'm picking up something. A biosignature. It's faint, but it's there.
With me.
Na, nézzük ezt a... Szigiri booty. Na, hol vagy Portal 6-3? Kár, hogy nem 69.
Another dead end.
Or another illusion.
Crewman LaRue, if you would.
Deval to Resolute. Beam Crewman LaRue directly to medical.
Is he okay?
He'll live.
Not all crystals work the same, it seems.
Don't fire your phasers at any crystals unless we're sure they're putting out the same pulses as before.
Commander, I may be able to speed up the process. I can now detect many different wavelengths of radiation simply by looking. The Takan radiation is unusual, so I can't quite clear it all up, but I was able to eliminate many of the non-tetrametric crystals. Your tricorder should warn you.
That's an enormous help. Thank you, Lieutenant.
It's my honor.
Tetrametric. Good sign.
Commander!
Look at that.
Trust, but verify.
Indeed.
We don't have any data about what's below the surface on Delphi Ardu-4. And I don't feel a particularly strong urge to find out.
Ja, ezt csak oda.
That makes two of us.
Sokat nem látok.
More crystals. Need a way across.
Tudom valami. Hát akkor... Nem működik. Hogy érdekes módon azért nézett ki sok bolygó ugyanúgy Star Trekben, mert konkrétan egy stúdió vagy kettőbe vették fel mindig azokat. Persze nem szó szerint, mert azért ott voltak a stúdió szettek meg minden, de hát úgy értem a híd, meg mit tudom én, meg az a pár folyosó, de érted? Így általában mindig egy. Ezért csináltak meg ezt, akkor az volt a barlang vagy valami. Au! Hát? Pedig ez az. Még egyszer? Ó, basszus. Pedig ez az. Ow. Milyen még több kristály? Egy van. Fast. Több. Lehet el kellene vécére. Vagy fentebb kéne mennem. Lehet, el kellene. Aha, és semmit nem látok. Hát tényleg tartani kell egy szünetet. Látom a... Jó, oké, ezt kipróbáltuk.
Commander, I may be able to speed up the process. I can now detect many different wavelengths of radiation simply by looking. The Takan radiation is unusual, so I can't quite clear it all up, but I was able to eliminate many of the non-tetrametric crystals. Your
No.
tricorder should warn you.
That's an enormous help. Thank you, Lieutenant.
It's my honor.
Tényleg el kell mennem viccet.
More crystals. Need a way across.
Aside from the breathable atmosphere, this is a remarkably inhospitable planet. Traces indicate there was once living flora, but it's been dead so long it's practically turned to stone.
From what Portal told Riker, it was an outpost to defend the far edge of the Takan Empire.
Well, it's not that now. Now, it's a grave.
Looks like there used to be a bridge here.
Ja, nem mondod.
We don't have any data about what's below the surface on Delphi Ardu 4. And I don't feel a particularly strong urge to find out.
Then that makes two of us.
That makes two of us. Na 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 na. Ja, erre kell menni. Hoppá. Oké, nézzük ezt. Itt sincs. Semmit nem tudok azon szkennelni. Mondd meg, te kedves játék, hogy akkor mit tudok? Tudok mászni? Nem. Picsában nem látok oda. Mi ez? Rákeresek, komolyan nem látom. Azt nézem, hogy hol van ez. Hello, hello. Még szkennelgetek itt, csak nem látom merre van. No. Film van nekem elője. Oké. Kristályt azt néztem. Itt lövöget, itt lőttem folyamatosan, az semmi. Ha! Hát ez fasza. Készleltem valamit. Jóság, hogy vagy? Kedves Sos. Jaj, bocsánat. Arra van, csak nem itt kell megnézni.
Tetrametric. Better go see what's different.
Ott. Na, sikerült.
The way's clear. Good work, Commander.
We'll make sure it's safe.
Oké. Egyelőre semmi. Az a baj, hogy nem kéne... Mert lesz egy lehetőség, amikor állítólag el kell pusztítani a kristályt, vagy nem. Szóval nem akarom, hogy Portal 6-3
Incredible.
The plants here are actually alive. Is this the biosignature you detected, Doctor?
No. Not a match.
Tetrametric.
Then it's creating an illusion as well.
Based on the data we have so far.
Only one thing left to do.
Doctor, be ready to beam us out if it turns out we're wrong.
Devolve to Resolute. Lock transporter on away team.
Go. Opa.
Amazing.
There's nothing like this in any Federation record.
The plans.
Itt van. Úgy látszik, megérkezett.
Barbarians.
It's him.
How dare you disturb me? I'd hoped you had enough sense to leave of your own accord, but here you stand. Fools. In another time, I would have destroyed you and your ship simply for setting foot in this place. Fortunately for you, that time has passed.
Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire. We've come a long way to meet you.
Guardian? I am guardian of nothing. The Takan no longer exist. Don't care to be reminded. If this is why you've come, then you should leave. Now.
We need your help.
My help?
You're the only one we can ask.
You're hiding something. Futile.
The Resolute's database is being accessed.
Ha, ilyen könnyen.
The Takan have returned? After so long, how could they? Explain. Now.
Draconian technology made it possible. To enable the transfer of consciousness from one being to another after physical death. We call it bioforming. A group of Draconians calling themselves Scions of the Flame used it to reawaken after hundreds of millennia.
Scions of the Flame?
Is something wrong?
I'd hardly call them Takan. They were a radical faction with beliefs outside the mainstream.
Radikálisok voltak. Ja, hát akkor nem is tikonok. Jó van. Hát nem teljesen.
You want me to help you destroy them?
Önök voltak, mint a Cerberus.
That's why you've come. You want to destroy these scions.
You don't have to do anything except help us find them. If that's all you want to do.
I don't believe that.
Pedig ez
They
igazság.
have an incredibly powerful energy source they call the Cartabula.
These scions have the Cartabula.
And they've used it as a weapon against us.
I will speak with you alone.
What are you doing?
Ah.
Where are we? Where's my team?
They're safe where we left them.
Jól itt
That
hagytál.
the Scions have stolen the Cartabula is deeply concerning. And to be honest, I'd rather speak with you alone, John Rydick. Your colleagues don't know what it means to be the last of one's kind. You and I are remnants of fallen civilizations. The Kobliad, the Tikan. One dying, one dead. Our species could not be more different, but we both know the meaning of loss. The others wouldn't understand. It's beyond their ability to comprehend.
We're more alike than you might realize, in that we accept the inevitability of loss.
If only you understood the glory of the Tikan Empire's past.
De nem értem, mert nem ismerem őket. Hogy ismerjük olyasmit, amit nem ismerek. De ehhez képest az ikónia picsafing. Mert jól megközelítik őket.
Tell me, why spend your days away from your own people when so few of them are left? Why live your life working for this federation to which the Kobliad do not even belong? And submit yourself to their authority? It makes no sense. Not by my logic.
The only reason any of my people are still alive, why I am still alive, is because the Federation helped us. We would have been extinct decades ago without the Duridium the Federation gave us. If anything, I owe them gratitude.
Ez érdekes, hogy olyan fajt választottak, aki... Egyetértett velünk. Olyan fajt választottak, aki a... Deep Space-ben volt gyakorlatilag egy ilyen mellék valami.
My services are not up for offer. To be chosen as a portal was to give one's entire self to the cause of protecting the Tikan Empire. I left behind everything I know, and now you want me to turn against my own people.
De most mondtad előbb, hogy...
Betrayal of my oath, and everything I vowed to protect.
These aren't the Tikan you knew. They're a facsimile. They're imposters. And they tarnish the Tikan name.
Ez az. Játszani kell az érzelmére.
What you call bioforming, we thought of as a marginal science. But if these reborn Tikan plan to restore the Empire, is that a disaster to be avoided? Tikonian technology is so advanced, it could save millions of species currently on the brink of extinction, including your own. And at the price of a small few, think of how the many could benefit. Instead, it sounds as if you are reacting out of fear before you have a full understanding of what's at stake.
Na, próbálj játszani arra.
I don't think you've given this full consideration. You may have more to gain than to lose.
You told me your people didn't use bioforming. That's because you knew it was wrong. Wrong to employ on an individual basis, and surely wrong on a galactic scale.
Ő is tudja, hogy rossz dolog ez.
The Tikan did not use bioforming on a large scale.
Jól gondoltam. Előbb mondta, hogy végül is azt mondta előbb, hogy radikálisak voltak, szóval... Kinda, ja.
I'm curious to see these scions masquerading as true Tikan. So I will go with you, and we shall find them. But when we do, I will judge them myself as a guardian of the Tikan, to understand their true intentions, for better or worse.
That's good enough for me.
Very well. I'll return.
Commander!
Hold your fire. I'm all right. He's coming with us.
We assumed the worst.
She's perfectly fine. Now then.
Shall we?
Shall we?
All right. We can beam up your... Do you have any equipment or tools?
Whoa.
This is all I need.
Away team +1. Ready to beam up.
Back to the ship. Oh, oh.
Four warp cores. That's interesting.
Redundancy. If one goes down in battle, we can still operate.
Makes this more difficult, though.
This ship can maintain warp with half the cores offline. We'll need to disable 3 of them.
Well, where are the engine schematics?
Igazából több reaktor vagy igazából van a Föderációban meg olyan hajó.
Not engineers.
Prometheus osztálya ott van például.
I thought you would know what to do.
We understand how to operate it under normal conditions.
You're in good hands. We can do this.
I trust that you can.
You at least know where we should start?
This way.
Hát a Prometheus osztály is több maggal üzemel. Persze nem tudom mindegyiket használja, de...
What are we dealing with?
Az mi? Reakciós kamera. Nagyjából.
Cores are running really hot. Makes sense, since they've been producing at max output since we left Otari space.
No ship can run for very long like that. Not before a catastrophic failure hits.
It's right on the edge. We just need to figure out a way to give it a push.
Bet that console down there could tell us a few things.
Hát vagy nagyon gyorsítunk, és csak a túlterheljük, vagy lebasszuk a biztosítékot. Végül is ilyen ez. De jó, hogy lecsúsztam. Jó, basszuk ezt, és akkor mondani, lekapcsoljuk. Így vagy úgy.
Whatever we do, we need to make sure the Takan can't undo it.
So we need a way to permanently disable the reactors that won't destroy the ship and kill us all in the process.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Warp core ejection.
Ha, én sem gondoltam. Ezt vissza lehet rakni, hogyha a reaktorigben marad. Ha meg nem, akkor... Coolant... Safety protocol, szerintem ezt kell össze.
Safety protocols don't look much different from the Resolute. Breach protection. Reduce output, command override. Cease matter, antimatter flow, command override. Emergency warp core ejection. Computer control.
Even command functions can't override one of the most crucial safety measures.
So the protocol's still active. That's good.
Tehát valamennyi protokoll aktív. Tehát tudjuk manipulálni a rendszert.
Like we saw on the bridge, all 4 warp cores are operating in full capacity.
Ezt nem bírja sokáig a rendszer.
The reactor coolant system is operating at emergency containment levels.
It's just barely keeping the temperature in check.
Mondom, ócid van.
If it gets this high, their system considers a reactor breach imminent. Looks like if sensors show a core is about to rupture, the computer will eject it automatically rather than risk a breach.
So we need to increase the warp core's temperatures.
If we destroy the coolant regulators, there won't be anything to keep these reactors from going over.
And it will trigger the ejection.
Ja, mondom,
Let's kill these
kikapcsoljuk a
suckers
ütést.
open. I'll take that one.
I'll take the one next to it.
The second you two start dumping cores, the Takan will know we're here.
We'll be vulnerable. Stuck in one place while you work.
We will have to make a stand.
Start thinking about an escape plan. I have a feeling we're gonna need one.
We'll barricade the door. Work quickly.
Most még nem vagyunk feltűnőek. Nagyon. De amint elkezdünk reaktorokat kidobálni, úgy észrevesznek minket, mint a sic. Merre kell menni? Merre kell menni? Arra. Ja,
We might not have our tools, but our phasers can do this in a pinch. We better get this right. If we foul it up and this whole thing goes boom, we don't know how much damage that cartabula will do if we accidentally crack it open.
Look on the bright side. If it all goes to hell, we won't be around to see the fallout.
That certainly inspires confidence.
Yeah.
It's not a Starfleet warp core, but the coolant regulator has to be in here somewhere.
De szar tartani ebben a istenverte. Miért kell ennyire nehézre?
There you are. Time to heat things up.
Warning. Warning. Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core.
Hey, now they're definitely gonna know we're down here.
Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core.
Just one more to go.
They're here.
They're coming through the door. We don't have much time.
Még egyet ki kell dobnunk, mert kettővel tudják tartani.
Okay, same as
Hát
before.
még nem a... Ow. Basz ki ez. Jó, inkább lőni újra. Snore on my ass.
Okay, same as before. We just got it.
Ez nem bír ki sokáig.
Barmok.
I'll cover you.
What? No!
Get the warp door done. We're all dead.
Inkább csinálom a javítást, vagy szabotást. Fucking hell. Yes.
Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core. Warp drive disengaged. Did it.
You got another way out of here?
I think so.
Itasca, can you climb?
See you on the parade grounds of Sorella, my friend.
Hát nem biztos, hogy megúszza.
You want me? I'm right here. You too.
Calm yourself, child. It will all be better soon.
Kíváncsi vagyok, hogyha most átalakul, de hogy...
Rejoin the flame.
To reclaim what was lost.
Elbírjuk-e fogni? Tanulmányozni.
I want to remember every moment when I make them pay. But this isn't the end. I will avenge Itasca. Swear to me. You will join me in this.
How about we try to save her?
That's a dream.
We have a mission. We have to stay on track because this is bigger than all of us.
They defile my poor Itasca with every moment they take breath in her body. I will not let that stand.
Csak kíváncsi, hogy el lehet-e fogni. Hát legalább tanulmányozni, más nem. Among Us! Szusz. Jó, szar volt.
There's so much I want to ask you.
There's so little I can tell you. I'm a portal, not a scientist, but I'll certainly do my best. I can only assume this is one of your older starships.
Annyira nem régi.
One would think, given the importance of your mission, they might send a ship of a more recent vintage.
Actually, the Resolute is one of our state-of-the-art starships.
That must be some sort of contemporary humor.
She's loaded with the latest and greatest technology in the galaxy.
I've never felt more unsafe.
Kösz. Amúgy fejleltem, mint a D-szóval.
Something wrong?
Not at all. The galaxy has grown more diverse since the days of the Tekon Empire.
Because you conquered everyone who didn't look like you.
To the contrary. Most lesser civilizations willingly joined the Empire to enjoy the benefits of an advanced way of life. But that expansion came with its own set of problems, so I admire your ability to diversify without creating conflict. That was always our challenge. And perhaps, ultimately, our downfall.
I can't say that we avoid conflict entirely, but we overcome our differences because of our common interests and a shared sense of purpose. A general belief we are better off united than divided.
A concept almost Tekonian in principle.
Ha.
We're more alike than you might think.
Hát azért nem annyit teljesen ugyanolyanok, de azért hasonlítunk.
If this is the best you have, then so be it. To locate this scion, Galvan, I'll need full access to your ship's systems.
Nem tudnád megoldani.
Full access?
Huh. You must be out of your mind.
No, I'm right here, completely in my mind. And with all due respect to your advanced technology, the simple fact is that I won't be able to locate him without it.
Kíváncsi lennék, hogy...
Perhaps I should have made that clear up front. I'll need to make certain modifications.
I can't promise anything, but let me see what I can do.
Just know, without it, I won't be able to help you.
This isn't gonna fly.
I'll see you on the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Solano, I'd like to introduce you to Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Tekon Empire.
Pleasure to meet you, Captain.
Likewise. I can't say I've ever met a portal before. There is no modern equivalent. Not within the Federation, at least.
He's been kind enough to agree to help us find Galvin.
I am at your service. To whatever extent I can be of help.
If nothing else, I'm sure you're happy for a change of scenery. You spent 600,000 years at your post. That certainly takes an uncommon level of dedication.
We all have our duty.
Of course. But I'm curious. You were stationed there in preparation for what, exactly?
Any and all threats to the Empire.
An empire that no longer exists. Which suggests you weren't very successful.
You said you needed my help. I didn't come here to be insulted. Perhaps that was a mistake. I'd be happy to return to Delphi Ardu at any time.
Of course, the fall of the Empire had nothing to do with you. We know that.
Do you? Because it seems your captain has a different opinion.
I'm merely curious where your allegiances might lie. Clearly it's with the Tekon.
Yes, Captain. You have found me out and exposed my true loyalties to the Tekon, not to the Scions of the Flame, who do nothing more than tarnish us in name and reputation and don't deserve to be called Tekon. That's why I'm here. And if you'd be so kind as to give me access to your ship's systems, we can get on with it.
De eleve akkor simán hozzáfért, szóval...
Stop wasting
Jó, de gondolom udvarias.
Access to our systems? That's completely out of the question. Tell me that's not what you promised. We're vulnerable enough as it is. And now we're supposed to give him access to everything?
Captain, I understand your concern, and I don't necessarily disagree.
Ah, Now I understand your reluctance. I never imagined offering to help would be met with such ignorance.
If you're not enjoying your visit to our ship, we'd be more than happy to let you wither away back on your pathetic little rock.
Captain?
You clearly do not appreciate the magnitude of
Ez
the
mi a
threat
bölcs van?
science
Egyetlen
pose.
segítségünk, azt vissza
So
akar
myopic
utasítani.
is your focus on your own ego. I
Ki
will
mondta?
not be leaving until they have been found.
Commander Rydek, a word.
Ki mondta az igazságot a Portal 6-3? Ez egy egoista fasz. És veszélyezteti nem csak több száz ember életét. Nem csak több száz embert veszélyeztet, hanem milliókat. Az ilyen ember pöccsen tudnám rólni legszívesebben. Milliók életét veszélyeztetem az egója. A kiradás nem a legjobb ember, ráadásul, úgy mondjam.
You somehow expect me to believe his allegiance is with us? You heard what he said in there. There's no way we can trust him.
I might otherwise agree, but you're missing the most important point. He's a Takan, and he may be loyal to the Takan, but not to the Scions of the Flame. He's against everything they believe in. You heard what he said.
Radikálisok
Too much at stake to be wrong on this.
We sought him out for a reason. To help him find our missing crew, Galvin, and those Elydian ships. This is the plan we agreed to with Ambassador Spock.
Which I never liked. But here we are. You know what this mission means to us. Not just for the Federation, but for me personally. I can't afford another screw-up. Losing the shield algorithms was bad enough. This could be the end of my career.
I'm sorry, Captain. You know I support you, but millions of lives and the future of the Federation are at stake here. Both of which are more important right now than your career.
It's not just mine. It's both of ours.
Then so be it.
I'm going to trust your instincts on this one. I just hope you're right.
Vulkáni logika. Működik. Kész.
Let me know if you find anything.
We're good. You may begin.
I will, of course, have to make a few modifications.
What kind of modifications?
To find Taconian technology requires Taconian technology. If this Scion Gallivan modified his ships, then I must do likewise to yours.
Na, jól tönkretetted a szép képernyőt.
The galaxy is nearly infinite in size and complexity. This may take a moment.
How long
I
will it
found
take?
something. There you are.
What is it? Galvin?
Someone is using Taconian technology. I can't get the precise bearings, but it's located in the Palisades cluster.
I'll let the captain know. Rydek to Solano. I think Portal may have located Galvin.
I'll be right there.
I'm getting all kinds of interference. Almost impossible to lock on the energy signature.
Where's he hiding?
In the Palisades cluster.
Interesting. Can you lock in on the location?
Not until you get me closer.
Lieutenant Handar, set a course for the Palisades cluster.
Aye, Captain.
Well, I suppose I owe you an apology. You were right after all. That's what I get for questioning the advice of my first officer. You always have my back.
They say the true measure of a leader is being able to admit your mistakes. So thank you.
Next time I'll do a better job of listening. Nice work. Let me know if you find anything more.
Will do.
Hát remélem úgy értette, hogy elismerjük, mint egy jó ember, csak...
What's wrong?
I didn't want to say anything until I was certain. But the reason for the interference is simple. There's a Taconian device on this ship being used to block the signal. Whoever planted it was exceptionally clever. They knew how and where to hide it. But they have underestimated my abilities.
Engineering.
Take care of the Taconian device, and I can find Galvan for you. It's designed to interfere with all transmissions, or at least delay and confuse the effort to find
Hogyha megbízom benne.
Why would you trust me with this?
I cannot be sure I trust anyone on this ship. But you and I came to an understanding on Delphi Ardu. That will have to be enough.
Don't worry, I'll get this fixed. We're going to find that ship. Engineers would have found this device already if it wasn't well hidden. Better to rely on my tricorder.
Okay.
There's a lot of noise in here. I should scan the device putting out the most radiation to filter it out.
Biztos el lesz dugva valahol. Én legalábbis. Ezt újabbítsam. Most köszönöm, látok valamit. Ja, ki kell szűrnem a reaktort.
That's better. Most other radiation sources in here are well contained. There's definitely tetrametric radiation nearby. But even with the gain boosted, it's getting drowned out by other sources of radiation in here.
Arra. Határozott. De szerintem egész modern amúgy a... Na igen. Van egy kis határozottan egy kis Enterprise D. Vibe a hajónak amúgy. Hoppa, hoppa. Itt van valami.
A little bit of harmless radiation leakage here, but enough to mask the tetrametric pulses. Easy enough to cancel out. There's still something drowning out the tetrametric radiation. I need to find it so I could filter it out as well.
Arra. Jeffrey csövek.
Jeffrey's tubes thump harmonics from all over the ship. I'll filter that out. There we go. I'm getting a clear tetrametric signal now.
Baszki, mégis itt lesz. Csak sejtettem. Itt van valami. Mondtam, láttam valamit.
Found it.
Excuse me. Do you belong here?
Az első tisztelt a retardál.
Commander Rydek. I'm sorry. I didn't know it was you. Good to see you again, Commander. I've been keeping my eyes and ears open, just like you said.
Glad to hear it.
What, are you doing back here? I don't mean to pry, but first officers don't usually go digging around engineering compartments.
Sorry, it's not something I can go into.
Right, of course. Forget I asked.
There is one thing you can help with. Have you seen anyone else in here recently that might seem out of the ordinary? Maybe someone who doesn't work in engineering.
Not that I can think of, but I can ask around. I'm here almost all the time, but maybe someone else noticed something?
That would be great. Just be discreet about it. I don't want anyone to be alarmed.
Discretion is my specialty. Well, I'll leave you alone already. Oh, come to think of it, that Hotari woman was down here earlier with Dr. Duvall finishing the last of the bioscans.
Tylus?
That would be out of the ordinary, right?
Thank you.
That's it.
Maybe Tylus saw something.
Tyler, can I speak to you for a moment?
Of course. Is something wrong?
There's something happening. I may need your help. This is important.
How can I help?
When you were in engineering with Dr. Duval, did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Or anyone?
Anyone?
Not particularly. Why?
I found this, hidden in a compartment down there.
That's Draconian technology. Does that mean there's a scion on board? But Dr. Duval bioscanned everyone. Every deck, every crew member. I've seen the logs. She couldn't have been more thorough.
Someone evaded detection and planted that device.
Which would mean they've been with us this whole time. Watching, listening.
All the more reason why we have to find them.
Mondom, Among Us.
Could be anyone.
Sus, szerintem nyomjunk egy meetinget mindjárt.
You want me to get scanned? Better to know for sure, right? I'll admit, I was around the Scions as much as anybody.
I would feel more comfortable if you did.
I understand.
Clear.
Now it's your turn.
Sure.
Clear.
Don't sound so surprised.
You spend plenty of time with the Scions as well. You never know.
Let's get to it.
Nézzük csak ki
Search
nincs
starts in engineering.
lesz.
Whoever planted the device most likely did it within the last few hours. So I'll start by running a scan, tracking everyone who came through engineering over the last day, in reverse order.
This could take forever to sort through the number of people that were in engineering.
Filtering for outliers. People who don't work in engineering.
That helps.
Duplikációk.
I'll filter out the duplicates.
Now this is manageable.
Cross-referencing this list with everyone who's traveled to Hotari.
3 ember.
Let's see who's left.
Ki maradt a scan?
This can't be right.
What?
Hoppa.
Of the people that went to Hotari and visited engineering, it could only have been Captain Solano.
According to this, he was here while you went down to Delphi Ardu-4. Which would have been the perfect opportunity. And no one would question him. He's the captain.
I've known Captain Solano for almost my entire life. I wouldn't be here. Or who I am without his help and guidance. If this is true. If they really got him. Then this is just devastating.
Valószínűleg Miranda volt. Találkozott vele és... Találkozott vele és megimitálta egy kis találkozóra.
She never did.
How is that possible?
Something more urgent would always come up. There was nothing she could do. But performing a bioscan is the only way to be absolutely sure.
That's not going to be easy. First thing I need to do is get this device to Portal.
Be careful.
Dokival is beszélhetünk már, a Doki felülírhatja a kapitány döntéseit.
I found the device.
Interference is gone. I have located Galvin's ship more precisely. He's in the Usonia system.
So then it worked.
This whole region was one of the most sacred for the ancient Takan. What many consider the birthplace of our civilization. See these comets and planetoids in the outer orbits? Based on their current trajectory, that's Galvin's destination. And legend tells us it's the location of what was once our largest arsenal. Not that we needed it in the late stages of the Empire, but it was there as a precaution nonetheless.
What kind of weapons are in this arsenal?
It's difficult to know what would have survived from the time of the Empire, but Be assured that the damage they have done so far by altering your current technology will be minuscule compared to proper Draconian firepower. If Galvin and the other Scions secure the arsenal, they will become extremely dangerous. My people had such power at the height of the Empire. The Takan were as gods, keeping absolute control over countless worlds.
Rossz kezekben erős fegyverek. Yeah.
I must speak with them directly. However, the presence of this device is worrying. It's highly likely it was placed here by a Scion, hidden among your crew, and it is unlikely this interference device was the Scion saboteur's only trap. If we reach Galvin and the saboteur cripples your ship, we will be at their mercy. Even my powers will not be able to protect us. Do you know who it is? They may well do more damage if left alone. Time is not on your side.
I don't know for sure. We're still investigating.
And we're losing valuable time. Biofilm was so rare at the time of the Empire that I am not able to detect if it has taken place. Whoever you suspect, proof is something you will have to provide on your own.
I'll have it, once I've bioscanned the person I suspect. I just need to visit Dr. Duval.
That's quite the claim. Told me you were worried about him, but I never imagined this was what was wrong.
I wouldn't be asking you if there was any other possibility.
That would explain why Solano has been too busy for a bioscan lately.
As the ship's doctor, you have the authority to declare him unfit to serve.
If you're right, this is the worst case scenario. Challenging your own captain is a tall order. Are you sure you're prepared for this? If you fail, that's it. The end of your career. Maybe your life.
I am. I have to be.
Good. You know what this is going to take. I'm in. We can't pull this off with just the two of us. I technically have the authority to make Solano undergo a scan, but in reality, he can and will refuse to do it. We need at least another member of the senior staff to support your claim. Or this could all blow up in our faces. You better think long and hard about who you can trust.
The Takan enhancements must be able to brute force limited bursts of warp output.
Yeah, but they won't get to wherever they were headed at this rate. They're just limping along now.
So where does that put us?
Maybe I can answer that.
Sokkal lassúbbak vagyunk. Az biztos. Legközelebb egy cutscene-t szerintem ráállítom ma. Cutscene, bocsánat.
I got the ship's heading.
They've changed course. Drastically.
Looks like they're headed here. Your Sony system. They might stop there.
Can we use the Zeldi's comms to signal your fleet?
Comm systems are locked.
Grab hold!
Oh!
The inertial dampeners can barely keep up. If they keep forcing this ship to make these short warp jumps, they're going to tear it apart.
Zeldi is still made by a Lydian hand. Spy orders to calm corruption. We'll hold.
Csak meddig?
Gotta stay safe until Starfleet can find us.
Your people Is there somewhere you go when you die?
Life after death? No. On my homeworld, some people think they can cheat death in a way by joining with the Trill symbiont. But that's not a life to me.
What about you? Is there another plane of existence for you? With every passing battle, as I get older, I think about it more.
I think there's just no way for us to know what happens after we die.
Really?
Maybe there's something more, maybe not. But I can't discount the possibility. You can't prove a negative.
Then maybe you can understand this. My people have a special journey. When Lydians die, we rejoin our comrades, family, and ancestors.
On the parade grounds of Cirella?
That is just one part of it, but yes. Death is not the end for us. So, even if some part of Itasca remains, by letting the Takan use her body, at best we are delaying the inevitable next step for her. At worst, we are leaving her as a prisoner in her own mind. You want to save the transformed. So do I.
Now that I've seen it happen, does it make me a hypocrite to say he has a point? What if we can't get them back? We can't leave them like that, right?
I think Itasca would want to be released.
I know it's awful to think about, but if they're still alive, we can still try to help them. We lose that option once they're dead.
I had a sister, a twin. It's very rare among the Trill.
You never told me that.
She was one of the youngest hosts to ever join with the symbiont. A sentient creature that lives in our body.
Szóval ezért
It's
nem akar.
considered a great honor. The symbiont can bring centuries of knowledge and wisdom to the host. But sometimes, the symbiont personality suppresses the host entirely. My sister was the closest person in the world to me. I knew she would be different after joining. But she drew more and more distant. The room we shared growing up was foreign.
Hát akkor elbaszták a gondokok, mert gyakorlatilag túl gyenge volt a teste.
Eventually she, or whoever she'd become,
Mert felülírta a...
So I left for Starfleet and swore I'd never go back. I couldn't stand the thought of seeing her. Someone who looked like my sister.
So, losing Miranda like this, it opened an old wound.
Never really closed up in the first place.
You remind me of Itasca.
I do?
Bonds are not made by what runs through your veins, but the blood you spill together. Itasca was my family in that way. I want you to know there is nothing I won't sacrifice to win this fight. But if we're lucky enough to survive, I'd be honored if you'd count me as one of your tribe. As Itasca was.
Even a couple of engineers like us?
You are many things.
I don't need to wait that long. We've bled together. No one else will know what we've been through. That makes us a tribe. Right here.
I'll take that.
They not cease this madness.
What is this place?
Is that the Veskar?
Another one of yours?
Not anymore. They've corrupted it. Just like the Zeldi.
Now there are two ships. Did this just get better or worse?
It certainly doesn't bode well for the crew of the Veskar. So many lives stolen.
It's worse. This is definitely worse.
Thanks. That really helps.
This doesn't look like the Aphelion. What are they doing here?
You don't think they're just meeting their buddies?
Maybe, but then why are their buddies here?
Prepare for transfer.
The storm! It's back! What happened?
Hold on. Scanning. Metric radiation is dropping.
Zeldy's dropped to minimal power levels.
It's running off just the one warp core now.
That means...
Nincs a kartabulott.
Cartabulate to that other ship.
Something wrong, Captain?
No, nothing's wrong. In fact, I was just going to call for you. I'm needed down in engineering. The bridge is yours.
És nem fogja találni a berendezést. Szerintem megválasztom a bóliant. Choice-ra még tanulnia kell. Van érzésem, hogy választanom kell akkor.
Commander Ermon, a word please.
Of course, Commander.
Jobban megérti szerintem. Ezért az túl naív.
How can I help?
The captain may have been compromised. I have reason to believe he's been bioformed and is now actively working against us.
Based on what?
Someone is sabotaging the mission. They planted a Taconian device in engineering. Captain Solano was in engineering while we were on Delphi Ardu 4, and he purposely evaded Dr. Duval's bioscan.
You and the captain have been at odds several times. You've disobeyed his direct orders and argued with him in front of the senior staff. However, you always did so out of concern for the crew or adherence to protocol. So I believe what you're saying, as horrible as the implications are. Why trust me with this? There were others you could have confided in. I may not have been the best choice.
You've always supported me, from the very start. I hoped you would do so again.
You read me correctly. It was warranted then, as it is now. I only wish the situation were not so dire. When we first met on the starbase, I told you about the accident that took so many of our crew. You said you were sorry for my loss.
Beszarás, mennyire emlékszik a dolgokra.
Captain being bioformed. That's our loss now.
We will survive this. I have Dr. Duval's support for relieving him of command. Once we get a bioscan of Captain Solano, we'll have the proof to make that happen.
He'll never agree to it.
He'll have to, if we confront him publicly. On the bridge. I need you to back me when he tries to refuse it.
You realize this will make you captain, don't you? Are you prepared for that? Especially under these circumstances. In this way.
As first officer, it is my duty and responsibility to protect the interests of the ship and its crew when the captain has been compromised.
Well said, Commander.
Hogy mondta Worf? Ezért...
You have my support.
Támogatta.
When do we
Hogy mondta?
Now,
Szolgálom a kapitány, de megteszek mindent a legénységet.
She'll ask Solano to undergo a bioscan. Then we confront him when he refuses.
Into battle we go.
A feszültséget úgy lehet tapintani, mint egy jó bútit. Nagyon. Szerintem ezután valamikor lezárom.
Now or never.
Captain Solano.
Commander Rydek, we need to talk about... Doctor? What brings you to the bridge?
Just a bit of housekeeping. You owe me a bioscan, Captain.
I don't have time for that right now.
Pedig van. Nem tart sokáig.
It will only take a moment. I can't put this off anymore.
Tudja, a biztonság, egészség.
You can and you will.
Mi ez a egy ellenállás, mondanám, hogy kérem szépen.
All you'll find is that I'm quite reasonably under stress given the circumstances, and you aren't making it better. I'll find you in sickbay when I'm good and ready. Or, if you're gonna stand in the way of the mission, I can find you in the brig instead.
Please, Captain.
Denied. Remember your station.
Commander Rejtélyes is right, Captain. The safety of the ship is of paramount importance.
Pontosan? Fontos a
What
legénység.
is this?
És a hajó.
We need you to comply with the scan, Captain.
That's enough. Drop this. All of you. I'm giving you a direct order, Commander Rejtélyes. Stand down and go back to your post. Now. Do not make me tell you again. I've been a starship captain since before you were in the academy.
This is for your own good, Captain.
This is for your own good as well. Security to the bridge. Arrest Commander Rejtélyes. Take her to the brig.
On what charge?
Conspiring with the enemy and mutiny.
Wait. With all due respect, Captain, Commander Rejtélyes deserves the chance to defend herself.
You have no say in this, Commander Ermont. Sit down.
I will not.
This is not Captain Solano. He's been bioformed. He's a scion.
You're out of your mind.
She can prove it.
He sabotaged our efforts to track Galvin with this.
Bizonyíték is van. Ha? Tessék.
He planted it in engineering while we were down on Delphi Ardu 4.
Lies! Perpetrated by the only Takan in our midst, Portal 6-3. He's actively trying to divide us from within.
Captain Solano has refused to be bioscanned because he knows it will reveal he's a scion.
Take her to the brig or I'll do it myself. Oh!
Wait! Stand down! That's an order!
This is outrageous. What is happening? Someone needs to make sense of this right now. We're going to run out of places to stash prisoners.
He's a scion. You have to believe me. That's not Captain Solano, as much as you'd like to think it is.
Impostor.
I can't believe this is happening.
I'm going to settle this once and for all.
És tényleg az. Nézd meg magad. És látja. Hát jó.
Rejtélyes was right. Captain Solano has been compromised. He's been bioformed into a Takan.
As the Chief Medical Officer of the USS Resolute, I'm relieving Captain Zachary Solano of command.
Zachary.
Take him to the brig.
Biztos valami szándékos dolog. Zachary Quinton, a J.J. Spock. Ezt tudja, hogy biztosan nem van a név. Jaj, Ken, tuti nem vagy már itt, de úgy látszik.
That could have been so much worse. I hope you're all right.
Úgy látszik, nem osztod el.
I'm fine. Are you okay?
Egyelőre.
It hardly seems real. All I can think right now is that I will miss the captain. I've known him for so long. To lose him like this, it's...
I will miss him too. He was a good man.
One of the best.
Remélem nem bánjuk meg ezt. Ez sok piros foltot.
Set course for the Usonia system. Maximum warp. It's time to face Galvin.
Yes, Commander. Sorry. Captain. On your command.
Engage.
Ki mondta? Hoppa.
We're taking fire.
Red alert.
I'm on
All
it.
hands to battle stations. Shield status.
Set to maximum, but with the algorithms compromised, they may not do much.
Captain, that other Elydian ship is here.
The Zeldi?
We're outnumbered.
Captain, your orders.
Evasive maneuvers.
Aye, Captain.
The Veskar's warp engines are powering up.
Oh.
Our warp engines are offline.
That must have been their goal. They didn't want us to chase the Veskar.
According to my readings, they also took the Cartabula with them.
They're not breaking off. We have to destroy the Zeldi before it destroys us.
With Diaz and Edsalar still over there?
They'll need to evacuate.
Ha, egyáltalán, de hogy tudjuk, hogy élede van, csak hát honnan tudják, hogy ő. Ott rezolod.
Come on.
I almost have it.
They gotta know we're here. Hurry. You got it?
Got it. Diaz to Resolute.
We read you, Diaz.
This is Ermot. It's good to hear your voice. Is Edsalar? Is she with you? Everyone wants to know.
Yeah, we're both here. We're both okay.
Very good, Petty Officer.
Can you get us out of here?
I can't transport you out while the Zeldi's shields are up. Our phaser fire won't even get through. Is there another way off that ship?
We'll find a way.
Whatever you do, you'll have to be quick about it, because we can't give you much more time. Can't evade the Zeldi forever.
Understood. Diaz out.
Beszélünk kellett volna velük.
We're gonna have to get out of here the old-fashioned way.
Lydian ships have no escape pods.
Nincs?
We can leave out that cargo bay we
Nincs
transported
escape
to
pod, hülyék
before.
vagytok, bazd meg.
But then there's the vacuum of space to contend with.
Those freight containers. Maybe we could use those to make an escape pod?
Is that even possible?
We're gonna make it possible. Unless you have a better idea.
Let's go.
I've polarized the hull plating. That should allow us to take a few more hits.
No.
Enemy phaser impact dissipated.
Heading, Captain?
Archer segített.
Attack pattern Delta. Target ventral power couplings.
Aye, Captain.
Zeldi, in range.
Tűz.
Fire!
Zeldi shields down to 82%.
We're doing damage, but they're hitting us right back. We'll run out of hull before we penetrate their shields.
Perhaps I could be of assistance. I can modify your impulse engines to amplify their meager output and avoid more of their attacks. But I will need full access to your propulsion systems.
That goes against dozens of Starfleet regulations.
Not a security risk if the alternative is destruction.
To me, it's simple. You can take this beam and you can weather it. Or will you put your trust in me? I've left everything behind for you. The
Jó
least
van.
you can do is put your faith in me.
Commander Ermot, give portal access to the propulsion systems.
Kicsit
You're
feltűnünk
going to
vagyok.
have the ship in your hands. Don't let me down.
This will take a moment.
Hoppa. Odoztam a manőver.
Your ship has let up its fire.
That gives us some time.
All right. One of these freight containers should do the trick.
Be quick.
We need one big enough for all of us to fit inside. Something we can make airtight.
Az.
Damn it. Not this one.
Not enough room for the big guy. No way this will hold up in a vacuum. Oh, here we go. This'll work.
That's great, but it's not airtight yet.
No problem. We'll just seal it up.
This container is extremely heavy. Even with the containment field open, it won't leave the bay quickly. I'll find something to accelerate our exit.
Glancing blow. Very little damage.
I cannot keep this up for long.
Their phaser banks are recharging. Now's our window. We have to strike back.
I agree.
Their next barrage could be our last. Better make this count.
Target their weapon systems. Take the teeth out of their bite.
That could make them run. Just like the Veskar, we'd lose Diaz and Etzelar again. Hit their engines. We've already lost the Veskar.
We need to protect ourselves first.
Target their propulsion systems. I don't want them going anywhere.
Targeting their engines.
Whoa.
Whoa. We gotta move it now.
These will give us the push we need.
Those are explosives.
Nice.
We'll ride the blast right out of here. All set.
I'll set the containment field to deactivate, and then run back. We can detonate by remote.
We'll need to seal the doors from inside the container once we do.
Before all the air sucks out of the cargo bay.
Hát ez jó szűk lesz.
Just a few more moments.
Hurry! What are they doing in there?
Ups. Hoppa.
Please, help me.
No. Let the Khan get what they deserve.
Don't leave me to die.
I don't know. Can we really leave her?
Look at her. She's not a threat. It's now or never.
This ship can't fly. Sidron set it to self-destruct. Please, Amenta.
It's not her.
No. I know it's not.
De tanulmányozzunk.
Carter, we have to seal the doors.
Don't leave me!
Get this life boat off the ship before Sidron blows it all to hell!
Come on! Hurry!
Helyes.
Pexelar to Resolute.
I have the away team.
Go ahead.
We're about to exit.
We see the cargo bay containment field is deactivated.
Get that tractor beam ready. And you should know, the Zeldy is set to self-destruct.
If we do enough damage to the Zeldy first, it'll prevent the self-destruct sequence from completing.
We can't wait any longer.
Tola.
We have to fire.
Captain, they're almost out of there.
We need to act fast.
Hold all fire! Get out of there, Petty Officer. Do it now!
You heard her.
Done!
Ready?
Detonate! We're out.
I have them on sensors. Tractor beam activating.
Locked on and ready to fire.
Tűz. Ó, mi ez a cinematic? Annak olyan jónak Pepsi van.
Tractor beam's locked on. We have them. They'll be pulled into the docking bay shortly.
GG.
There's
Yeah.
something else. I tracked a transporter signal to the planetoid moments before the Zeldy detonated.
Sidron.
There's a Takan structure there. It's the reason they were here. It's the reason we are here. Now.
We destroyed the Zeldy. He doesn't have a ship.
As far as we know.
He can't run from us down there.
We have to be sure he's neutralized.
I have to see what's down there.
Is this the Takan arsenal Galvin was after?
Legend says this region once held the sacred mysteries of the Takan Empire. Our greatest treasure. Our most fearsome technology.
I want a full security detail. Westbrook, Brodrosian, you're with me. Mr. Ermont, you have the con.
Wait. You're not the first officer anymore.
Oh, basszus.
The captain is supposed to stay with the ship. I'm surprised Lieutenant Brodrosian didn't raise that first.
I thought Captain Rydek knew what she was doing.
You're right. But this is too important for me to sit out. You'll just have to make sure nothing happens to me down there.
Of course, Captain.
We'll deal with the first officer vacancy when we return. Until then, Mr. Ermont?
Yes, Captain.
Any sign of Sidron?
Not that I can see.
High alert, everyone. The enemy could be anywhere. Follow my lead.
Na, itt fogom befejezni. Na. Hú. Alakultak itt az események. Egyelőre kibírta a gép, úgy látszik tényleg lehet, hogy működött a beállítás dolog, az energia beállítással. Kezek összetéve. Na, akkor annyi a menetrend. Hát akkor ma már nem lesz valószínűleg semmi, legalábbis nagyon kétlem. Mondom, szombaton, mert már dolgozni kell menni holnap. Sajnos. Menni kell szívni. Nagyon szívni kell basszus. És, ja. Szóval, szombaton AC Odyssey, Valhalla, már még a DLC-ket játszottam végig. Na mindegy. Akkor jövő héten, bocsánat, most szombaton. Odyssey. Ja, aztán meg majd valószínűleg vasárnap is. Hát utána hét meg nem tudom pontosan, hogy van, mert nem tudom még mikor lesz túl, nem, de biztos lesz. Ezt garantálom. Bármennyire nem szeretném. Tehát jövő hét utáni hét már. Még akkor nem tudom, hogy lesz, de egy-két nap kivétel ezért majd igyekszek. Na. Jó, mindenkinek köszönöm. Kösz, aztán bocsi, rádiasztettem, csak tényleg Na mindegy. Trojan. Ó, basszus. Milyen bankrablás. Pont most tett vége. Lesz vége alakultak itt a dolgok rendesen. Tikon, beszivárgók, meg minden. Ja, pont most fejezem be, mert ja, nem akarom tovább folytatni, mert mindjárt 3 óra, az még nem olyan vészes, de úgy csak akartam most többet, mint legfeljebb 3 óra. És ki tudja, mikor lesz a következő nem cutscene, ami gyakorlatilag elég ritkán van. Na mindegy. Még nem tudom, szerintem még van benne egy olyan pár rész, az biztos. Tehát szerintem simán van még egy legalább 2-3 live-ra való. Hát 2-re szerintem biztos van. Legalábbis nagyon kétlem, hogy kevesebb lenne. Talán 3. Utána meg lehet már lassan, mert itt van mert itt van már a Starfield is. Ezt is meg kéne nézni. Ja, majd csinálok pár képet, ezt majd kirakom majd valahol ezeket a képeket a vadászolom majd. Ja. Ennyi lenne. Nem tudom. Egyelőre ezekről gondoltam, Starfield, valamikor a Pokémon, hát a Pokémonra nem végzek, mire kijön a 2, az a baj. Azt is el kéne valamikor. Lehet elkezdem a Pokémon-t, mondjuk PS-en van meg, de nem baj. Csak elkezdem PS-en. Benne van a sima, meg a Miles Morales-es dolog is. Ja, hát akkor most szerintem megveszem a 2-t is. Ja. Jó, ennyi lenne. Bocs, hogy ezért Trojan, bocs, hogy ilyenkor tudod, de hát nem tudtam, hogy mikor lesz. Na. Köszöntem mindenkinek. Tehát a másnap akkor legfeljebb szombaton találkozunk. És további kellemes jó estét kívánok. Kitartás jövő héthez. És szervusztok. Neked is Trojan. Na. Ciao. Bye.